Good evening, everyone. Atlantic Broadband Cable, in cooperation with the South Union Township Sports Network, presents high school football tonight via tape delay here from Indiana High School, the home of the Indiana Indians. The Mustangs of Laurel Highlands travel to meet these Indians in a battle of one-win teams here this evening. Hello, everyone. This is Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank and Jerry Dupay. We welcome you aboard for tonight's football action. The South Union Township Sports Network coverage is brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring the supervisors, Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and CUTV with Gary Smith and his staff. Once again, Gary Frankhauser on the play-by-play, Rick Frank doing all the analyzing, Jerry Dupay on the camera. We'll be right back with the starting lineups right after these messages. You're watching the South Union Township Sports Network.
The key to success in life is teamwork. On and off the field, in the workplace, in the home, in our schools. Teamwork gets it done. The world of competitive sports offers many good things, the most important of which is teamwork. Individual talent may win a few games, but teamwork wins championships. Go team! Go Laurel Highlands Mustangs! This positive message has been brought to you and paid for by Jason Scott.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
Every person who's been injured, when they come in, has an expectation that their case is important, and it is to us. We take these cases very seriously.
So that experience that we have is unique also because we have experience in these communities, in Uniontown, in Washington, in Waynesburg, in these court systems.
You don't have to go to Pittsburgh to be represented by attorneys who don't know their way around your community.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
Welcome back to the campus of Indiana High School. It is the 100th year of Indiana High School football, and we are proud to bring that game here for you tonight between the Indiana Indians and the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Let's take a look at these starting lineups. First, for the homestanding Indiana Indians on offense. At quarterback, number 5, Fox Van Leer, a 5'8", 157-pound sophomore. At slot back, number 26, Zach Harrington, 5'8", 158-pound sophomore. At slot back, number 28, Joshua Johnson, a 5'7", 125-pound sophomore. At fullback, number 42, Justin Rabel, 5'10", 171-pound senior. At split end, number 22, Ryan Putt, a 5'8", 128-pound senior. At tight end, number 9, Nick Hilliard, 6', 155-pound senior. At left tackle, number 55, Gavin Millen, 6', 193-pound junior. At left guard, number 58, Gavin Prebish, 5'7", 221-pound junior. At center, number 78, Tanner Smith, 5'7", 282-pound junior. At right guard, number 71, Matthew Nelson, a 6'1", 276-pound junior. And at right tackle, number 62, Ty Oliver, a 6'1", 206-pound senior. It is senior night here at Indiana, and we'll be right back with the starting lineup for Laurel Highlands right after these messages on the South Indian Township Sports Network.
Esophageal reflux affects 20% of Americans and can lead to heartburn, regurgitation, chest pain, and difficulty swallowing. Reflux is caused by stomach contents passing a faulty valve and entering the esophagus. Ulcers and precancerous tissue can then form. Offer the latest testing and treatment for reflux disease. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Creditors calling you day and night? Your debt overwhelms you? Although you may feel that you're in a hopeless situation, we're a full-service local bankruptcy firm that knows what a difficult time this is and what to do to help you get a fresh start. Call Zebley, Mahalev & White today for a free consultation. Your hometown bankruptcy firm. Call us today.
Don't borrow more money until you talk to Zebley, Mahalev & White.
Welcome back as the captains meet at midfield for the coin toss. Here's Rick with the starters for Laurel Highlands.
Thanks, Gary. At quarterback, Tyler Christopher, number 2, a 6'1", 225-pound senior. Running back, Riley Bosley, a 5'9", 195-pound senior. In the slots, Robbie Slater, number 25, a 5'8", 145-pound senior. In the other slot, Rodney Gallagher, 5'11", 150 senior, number 3. The receivers, number 1, Daniel Izzy, 5'10", 170-pound senior. Number 8, Keandre Cook, a 6', 165-pound senior. And the tight end, Jacob Popson, number 5, a 5'9", 205-pound senior. Across the line, Joey Connolly, number 66, 6'1", 270. Left guard, James Price, 5'11", 255-pound senior. Center, Gary Gardner, 5'11", 270-pound senior. And on the right tackle, Tanner Slavic, number 6'3", 245-pound senior. And we're getting ready for the kickoff here, Gary.
Thanks, Rick. Kicking off for Indiana will be number 87, Luke Sioka. As I said, he's one of the seniors honored here this evening. Deep for the Mustangs, number 3, Rodney Gallagher.
Real cool football night of the season.
Drive kick. for the automatic. Take over at their own yard line, 1st and 10.
With this inexperienced defensive back, the team has seniors on it. Look for Coach Colasar and Tyler Christopher to strike big early.
So Christopher will bring out the Mustangs from the familiar shotgun formation. To his right, he'll have Thomas. Twin receivers to both sides. Handoff inside, and let's see who has that carry. Trying to unpile there. That's going to be number 20 for the Mustangs. Surprise starter for the Mustangs, Riley Bosley. 2nd and 7. Bosley. They spread it out again. Bacon, good pursuit by the Indiana defense, holds him to no gain. So good pursuit by Indiana and pushed out of bounds there by number 23 and number 22 for the Indians, Ryan Putt and Elijah Mock. Gain of 1, give him 1. It'll be 3rd down and 6. So the Mustangs with a long 3rd down attempt on their first possession, send 3 receivers out to the right this time.
Bosley tried to block to spring Gallagher, but he was just outnumbered on the left side.
So back goes Christopher, left-handed, finds a man out there, and that's going to be caught, but it might be very close to the first down. It's going to depend on the mark. It looks like the line judge does have him past the 30-yard line. That's complete to Robbie Slater. Robbie Slater on the catch. Good for 7 yards. Needed 6, got 7. That's going to be a first down for the Mustangs at the 31-yard line. Bullet there by Tyler Christopher between coverage. Slater able to hold on.
He was able to look off the defending on the left.
Bosley now. He fakes to Bosley, and Christopher will take it himself. He only gains about 1. Brought down there nicely by Ty Oliver. Oliver with the tackle. They'll mark it as no gain. So
take away that yard, no gain.
Oliver had nothing to do with that fake to Bosley. And Christopher brought down quickly.
No huddle.
That's Slater in motion, and now there's an offside, so we got a neutral zone violation by the right side of the Indiana defense. Looked like number 55, Gavin Millen, a little bit anxious, and he's going to cost the Indians 5 yards.
Good hard count there by Tyler.
2nd down and 5 now. So what was a 0 gain on first down turns into a 5-yard gain. Christopher again in the shotgun. Hands off to Bosley up the middle. He pushes tacklers into the Indiana backfield. And tackle there by number 83. That was Gavin Bernard on the tackle, but not for a 4-yard gain. Brings up 3rd and 1. Christopher might go quarterback sneak, and he does. Just pushes ahead for the easy first down. So Christopher coming in at 6'1", 225 pounds. You got to believe that's the call when there's short yardage. That quarterback sneak is hard to stop with that big man. 1st and 10 now for the Mustangs at their own 43-yard line. 2 first downs on the first possession. Christopher sends Slater in motion. They're going to hand it to Slater. He's going to try to get outside. Has 1 block. Does get downfield for a decent gain on first down. So Slater for a 4-yard gain. Off the bottom of the pile there was number 5. That's Fox Van Leer.
That was a nice move there by Slater to freeze the defender and get outside. Picked up 4.
2nd and 6. Ball now at the 47-yard line.
Gary, if they can keep this 4 or 5 yard play up, they can move the ball. They will move the ball and keep the defense off the field.
Those are wins on first down, no doubt. Now Bosley trying to dance through the hole. He's going to get close to a first down, be about 2 yards short. So Bosley picks up 4. McCracken on the tackle there for the Indians. Quickly to the line come the Mustangs.
Under center this time.
Now they're going to change a play. Looked like he was looking for the quarterback sneak, but they've loaded up inside now. 3 men right over the center for Indiana, and they're going to go quarterback sneak anyway, and he's going to push ahead. Nice push by the Mustang offensive line. Christopher just leans forward for 3 yards and the first down. Into Indiana territory at the 46-yard line. 8:26 to go on a running clock. First possession for the Mustangs, taking the opening kick at their own 20, now into Indiana territory. Christopher getting the call from the sideline. Bosley to his left. This is Gallagher now. He's going to try to cut it up, and there's nowhere to go. He's going to cut it back the other way, try to do something special. Gallagher has a blocker now in front of him. He makes moves all over the place. Wow. Down the left side. Gallagher down the left sideline. Made 3 turns that time and takes it 46 yards for the Mustang touchdown.
Looked like he was going to lose 10 yards
Rodney
there.
Gallagher. Wow. 46-yard run by Rodney Gallagher. Speed to spare. Changed direction 3 times on that play, leaving the Indiana defense dumbfounded for a 46-yard touchdown run by Rodney Gallagher.
Nice blocking on the backside there when he made his final cut and went around the left side.
On for the kick is Layton. It's down and up, and it is good. So the Mustangs take the early lead with 7:51 to go here in the first. It's Laurel Highlands 7, Indiana nothing. We'll be right back here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Zach Layton now on to kick for the Mustangs.
That ground and pound that the Mustangs used was very effective.
Here's the kick. It's a short kick. We're going to be taken at about the 14-yard line. Up the field come the Indiana Indians. He has one man to beat, just a kicker. He does beat him. Does he going to make it the whole way? He is. Bosley cannot catch him. Takes it all the way to the house. 86-yard touchdown. And the Indiana Indians answer right back with a kickoff return of 86 yards.
Luke Sioka will be kicking the PAT.
Luke Sioka on for the extra point.
The Mustangs are stunned.
Just found the seam on that left side, and once he broke the initial point of attack, he only had one man to beat, and that was the kicker. Unable to bring him down. Bosley couldn't bring him down either. Now we have an offside against the Mustangs, and kick was up and good, but it was a dead ball call. It's an offside against the Mustangs, so Indiana will re-kick.
What did you see down there?
Sioka will retry the point after. Snaps back a little high, and that pulled a bit to the left, and it was no good. So with a high snap, caused a kick to the left. So the Mustangs maintain the lead 7-6 with 7:38 to go. It's now Laurel Highlands 7, Indiana 6. Right back after these messages on the South Union Township Sports Network. Welcome back. A lot of offensive action so far, even though
the only offensive action has been Laurel Highlands since the Indians haven't run an offensive play yet. That got the homecoming crowd fired up. The students on the other side, the band, the parents.
Sioka will tee it up again. And ready for another kickoff. Here it is, another line shot. And this one will bounce in the hands of, I believe that's Keandre Cook. And he's going to find a crease all the way out to the 40-yard line. Let's pick up that number. I think that is
Miguel Brumfield.
Oh, that's Brumfield, number 8.
It's hard to read those numbers.
All the way out to the 35-yard line. So the Mustangs will be set up with decent field position.
The Mustangs with
80 total yards. Started on their own 20, right, Rick?
Yeah, they did. 10 plays.
So Christopher had little rest on the offensive side. That just took 12 seconds for Ryan Putt to return that kick. So now a handoff to Brumley. He's going to try to get outside, but good pursuit now by Indiana. And Bosley on the carry.
Picked up about half a yard.
Looked like he was going to be caught for a loss, so he did well to get back to the line of scrimmage and actually gain a yard. So Bosley getting the carries now for the Mustangs. Second down and 9.
Well, they're using Cook as a wideout.
Short side to the near side. Christopher now will throw it out here to Gallagher. There he goes again, making moves. Gets around the outside, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. Gain of about 6 on the play. That's going to bring up third down. Well, they're going to mark him out at the 40, so a short gain of 3 yards. Make it 4. Third down and 6. Gallagher in motion. Christopher will change the play at the line. 3 receivers to the near side. Back goes Christopher. He looks for Slater, and Slater catches it. Let's see where the spot's going to be.
Depends.
They got the spot right at the 30-45, which would be a first down.
That was a good play by the cornerback, Gary. I think he's going to be about a hair short.
No, I think they marked it right on the line, and that's what he needed to gain. So let's see what they got.
I think he needed to get about another foot.
You're right about that. Now Mustangs will come up to the line with a 4th and 1, and I'm not sure why Christopher is not under center.
Looks like
they might measure. They might ask for a measurement.
Okay, so they are.
They gave him the first down. There you go. Get those binoculars out, Rick.
First and 10 on the 45-yard line.
First and 10.
They're a little foggy up here.
Christopher, now the screen on this side, and this is going to be good block and in the open now, but dragged down by his shirt. That was number 28 on the
Burchek
run. That's Burchek, Christian Burchek.
Burchek on the reception.
Pick up of 15 yards.
Nice play there. No good block on the outside by the outside receiver. I didn't pick up who that was, but I think it was Slater. Now Slater's going to get the call. He cuts it up inside, and nice cut as he's put his foot in the turf. Cut it up inside for a nice gain on first down of about 4 yards. So saw that there was no room on the outside, cut it up inside. So second down and 6.
Slater's that amazing all-purpose player, good hands, good running ability. That was a good cut by him.
Again, this is going to be Christopher on his own. Now takes it to about the 31-yard line. It's going to be close to another first down, but it's going to be a little bit short this time, 3rd and 1.
I think he was tackled there by number 42, Justin Rabel.
Christopher now will cup under center, and he's going to do that quarterback sneak, no doubt, and he's going to push ahead again behind his center.
Laurel Highlands, ball be placed on the 29 of Indiana.
Gary Gardner with the big blocks up front at the center position. Allows Christopher to push ahead for another first down. Inside the 30-yard line.
Well, their nose tackle's 270, but
this is Christopher now. He's breaking into the backfield. He's going to make tacklers miss inside the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Christopher from the 28-yard line, 29-yard line, inside the 5 to the 4-yard line.
25-yard pickup.
25 yards on the carry by Christopher.
It gives him 39 yards so far.
First and goal now at the 5.
Running over people, Gary.
And Bosley now will take it inside the 5-yard line.
Nelson on the tackle.
Looks like
Inside
he picks up about one.
Second down and 4. Bosley carried that last.
Second and goal now inside the 5 at about the 4. Christopher hands it again, and that's Bosley, and he's hit immediately in that backfield. Good tackle there by Josiah Johnson.
I think that was a gain of 0 there. That was good reaction by the Indian defense.
2 plays and nothing doing for the Mustangs. So third and goal now at the just inside the 5-yard line. 4 minutes to go here in the first. Oh, wow. Double reverse pass, and Slater hits Christopher in the end zone for the touchdown.
Double reverse pass.
Got it to Slater. Slater then saw Christopher go through the line wide open in the end zone. So that's a pass from Slater to Christopher for the touchdown.
Well, that's not a strange thing for Robbie Slater being backup quarterback to Connor Basinger for 2 years.
You know what I saw in the warm-ups that they had him throwing passes as Layton puts the extra point through the uprights, and the Mustangs add on and make it 14-6 with 3:51 to go here in the first. We'll be right back on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Is that the Philly special that everyone's been running?
Never
Hand off when the quarterback runs in the end zone.
Good luck, Mustangs, from the Township Supervisors, Rick Vernon, Jason Scott, and Robert Schiffbauer.
Welcome back. We have end-to-end action here. It's a hockey night at Indiana.
It's a little trickeration there by the Mustangs, well executed.
Layton will tee it up, and let's see if the Mustang kicking team now can bring down the... Here comes another short kick. This is going to be up at the 16-yard line. This is Putt again. Now he's looking to the outside, and he's going to be stopped this time inside the 30-yard line.
Little confusion
there. For the tackle is Robbie Slater.
Looked like a little
Throws
confusion.
a touchdown pass and makes a tackle on kickoff return. So that will set up Indiana 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. First opportunity here for the Mustang defense, Rick.
That's what I was saying about Robbie Slater. He's that Swiss Army knife, got all the tools.
So the Mustang defense has had trouble stopping folks this year, but we'll see what they do against the Indiana Indians.
The first play in 8 minutes for the offensive play for the Indians.
Van Leer under center, sends a man in motion, quick pitch out. The Mustangs pursuing, but good yardage, and there goes a good run there by number 28.
Josiah Johnson on the kick.
That's Josiah Johnson, and he picks up 13.
Great downfield blocking. I didn't get the numbers of the two receivers, but that's why he was able to pick up 13 yards.
And the outside defense for the Mustang failed to seal that corner. So big play on first down. Van Leer now from the 42. It's going to be the same play to the other side. Mustangs better pursuit this time, but he's still going to get nice yardage out past the 50 to about the 49-yard line. So that's going to be a 9-yard carry this time.
For 8 yards.
That's number
26
on the carry that time. That was Zach Harrington on the carry.
Well, they're going to have to pick him up sooner than that, Gary, because he picked up 9 yards on that end run.
A scouting report certainly in play here as the Indiana Indians saw an ability to get around the outside, and it has been effective on their first 2 plays. 2nd and 1 now from the Mustang 49-yard line. Power formation now. Van Leer goes straight back. He's going to look deep. Here's a pass down the sideline, and almost picked off. Good coverage there by number 6 for the Mustangs. That's Miguel Brumfield.
It was intended for number 9, Nick Hilliard, but good coverage by Brumfield.
Good call there by Indiana. You figure they're going to 3rd and 1 have an opportunity to pick up this first down, so you might as well try to hit deep.
The center is a big boy, but the rest of the line isn't. I don't know that they may try the quarterback sneak.
Van Leer.
They're all piled in there.
They're trying to draw him off, and here goes Van Leer. He'll have the first down easily down to the inside the 45-yard line to about the 44. So Van Leer for 5. So
1st and 10 Indiana on the Mustangs.
A dose of the Mustangs' own medicine on the quarterback sneak. 5 yards for the first down.
5 yards is a lot to give up on a quarterback sneak.
So they went right behind that big center, Tanner Smith, to pick up that 5 and the first inside the 45-yard line. Van Leer now. They're going to run this same play till the Mustangs can prove they stop it, and they do this time. Out there pursuing number 65, and that's Huey.
Johnson on the carry. He might have lost a yard, Gary.
And give credit to the Mustangs. Fool me twice, okay, but not the 3rd time.
2nd and 12. He lost 2 on that.
Clock running with 1:31 to go here in the first. Quick moving first quarter.
The running game is the reason for that. The Mustangs running game.
2nd down and a long 11. Make it 12. Now Van Leer's going to keep it this time, and he's going to get a nice gain over the right side for about 7 yards. Coming up off the bottom of the pile there, number 23, Ronnie Romsberg.
Well, Gary, this is a little different game than we've seen from the Mustangs most of the year. We have 2 passes from Tyler Christopher, so we have 3 total passes in the game, so that's why the clock is running, and most of the plays have been up the middle.
Big 3rd down here for both squads. Indiana in Mustang territory, could be 4-down territory. They're going to hand it inside to the fullback, and he's going to push ahead for the first down. Big gain again on the ground. Carries for the first down. That was Justin Rabel on the carry.
Pickup of 5.
Pickup of 7. Down to the 33. Needed 6, got 7.
This will be the end of the quarter, Gary, I think. We're down to 17 seconds.
The clock's going to run, and Van Leer is going to allow the clock to run out, and he'll go to the sideline for some discussion as Indiana's driving. As we start the second quarter, it's Laurel Highlands 14, Indiana 6. We'll be right back on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Philadelphia Street and talk to Todd Good and Doug Steve for all your insurance.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
First and 10 Indiana, Laurel Highlands 33-yard line.
Welcome back. We're ready for second quarter action with Indiana driving, trailing 14-6. 1st and 10 at the Mustang 33-yard line. Van Leer now under center. He's going to hand off. No, ball's on the turf, and who comes up with it? I think it was caught there nicely, but big loss.
I think that was Harrington on the play.
Number 26. Yeah, Harrington able to fall on it, but that's a big loss. Back to the 39-yard line. Loss of
6. It's 2nd and 16.
Mustangs now with a defense behind the sticks as Van Leer will bring them up. So big series now. And this is Van Leer. He's going to keep it, and he's going to get back that lost yardage and gain an extra 1. So Van Leer for 7 gets it down back to the original line of scrimmage at the 38-yard line.
You know, on that fumble, Gary, this is talking to people here in the press box. This is the first year he's played quarterback, and he's a sophomore. So some of you are going to have that from a young quarterback.
He's otherwise been very poised and running the ball nicely for Indiana.
That was a nice cut-up field.
3rd down and 10. Another big play. Tried to get him on the hard count. Here's Van Leer rolling with the bootleg, looking. He's going to throw it deep, and that's going to be over everybody. Was it? No, out of bounds.
Wow, great play by
Gallagher caught it. Let's go to the replay. No, we can't do that. Gallagher with the catch, but he's out of bounds. That's going to bring up 4th and 10.
Jerry will have that on a replay, but great physical ability exhibited there by Rodney Gallagher.
So that's 4th down, and it looks like Indiana is going to go for it in Mustang territory at the 33-yard line. Van Leer looking to the sideline, and they're going to send in the play with number 27, and that is Braden Hodak. So, again, big play, 4th and 10 for Indiana. Van Leer under center. He's going to drop back again, try to go deep, has a man open, over his head, no good. Had him open, but just threw it a little too far.
Covered by Burchek.
And that will turn the ball over to the Mustangs at the 33-yard line.
Well, better off a little long than short. For Van Leer.
So the Mustangs will take over on offense. Good drive there by Indiana, just stalls at the 33-yard line. The big play there was the fumble that resulted in a big loss and put them behind the sticks. So Christopher now will fake it and look to go inside. He's going to cut it back outside. I think that was a broken play. I don't think that was designed for Christopher to run, Rick.
Well, I didn't. I was watching the receivers on the right. There was 3 receivers on the right side and only 2 defenders. I don't know if they plan on going downfield, but you got Gallagher, you got Cook, and you got Slater on the right side. Now they have 3 defenders on them.
So Christopher turned that into a 3-yard gain regardless. Now Bosley trying to find an opening. Cuts it around the left side, and a little too much side to side on that one. Gains about 2 yards, but tackle there by Elijah Mock.
Yeah, there was more defenders there than there were blockers, and Bosley tried to make something out of it.
3rd and 5.5.
Bosley has 6 carries for 14 yards.
Big play again. Christopher does not want to, and they're going to go deep. And this is going to be Brumfield, but it's too far. Christopher intended for number 8. That was Brumfield. I'm sorry, Keandra Cook. I'm sorry.
Covered well there by Nick Hilliard for Indiana.
So covered there nicely. So 3 and out for the Mustangs after they held on 4th down. Not what Coach Colasar wanted in that situation.
First punt of the night here.
Layton will come on to punt for the Mustangs.
Back to receive is number 22, I believe, which is Ryan Putt.
And this is a kick over to the right, and Putt will take it at the 30 and be knocked down. So the punt by Layton pushes Indiana back into their own territory at the 30-yard line. But we welcome in the listeners from WMBS. There's been 3 scores in the game. We're at 9:08 of the second quarter with the Mustangs leading 14-6. Scoring started with Rodney Gallagher going from 46 yards out on a dynamic run that led the Mustangs up to a 7-0 lead on the Layton kick. But the ensuing kickoff was taken back 86 yards by Ryan Putt, and it looked like the Indiana Indians were going to tie it up, but the extra point was no good, so the Mustangs still led 7-6. After a long drive, the Mustangs had a 3rd and goal at the 4-yard line, and a little trickeration with Slater on the reverse, threw the pass to quarterback Christopher for the touchdown, and kick was good. So it's 14-6 as Indiana takes over on a 9-yard run now out to the 40-yard line. 8:54 to go here in the second. 14-6, Mustangs on top.
And 1.
Second down and 1. Van Leer look for the quarterback sneak here on second down. There's the pitch out, and Mustangs pursuing. They might be able to get him for a loss, and they do.
Nice pursuit there. Brumfield and Burchek on the tackle.
Didn't pick up who that.
26 was the runner.
That's Harrington.
And
they're going to lose about a half a yard on that, bring up 3rd down and 2.
Brumfield and Burchett.
Big play again. A lot of big plays here on 3rd down in the first half on both sides of the ball.
3rd and 4th.
Van Leer with the handoff,
Blitz.
and they blow it up in the backfield. Wow, Mustangs with penetration. Bottom of that pile looked like number 76.
Gary Gardner.
Number 5, Hobson. Playing 4th down and.
But they blitzed there, and there just was nowhere for him to go.
Popson also in there for the Mustangs, and that's going to probably force a punt on 4th and 4 for Indiana.
Slater and Gallagher's going to be back.
Punter for Indiana to pick up that number. Looks like number 50.
Number 60.
60, I'm sorry. That's Brock Miller. And what do we have?
Looks pre-snap penalty of some kind.
It's against Indiana. And you know how you could tell that, Rick? The flag was thrown on their side of the ball.
There's a fun fact.
5-yard penalty.
So
Moves at 5. So it's 4th and 9.
4th and 9 now.
At this point in the season, that has to drive coaches crazy, those pre-snap penalties.
That's for sure, and that's going to be a what seems like an innocuous penalty of 5 yards going to really change field position, I think. Mustangs almost with the block, and they kicked it off the side of his foot, and that goes out of bounds at about the 42. They're going to mark it at the 45-yard line.
It's a 23-yard punt.
So that
benefits the Mustangs a lot.
Absolutely, and Mustang offense will now to try to get back on track with 6:45 to go here in the second. On top, 14-6, 3 and out on their last possession. Otherwise, the Mustang offense has been pretty powerful here so far. Bring 3 receivers to the near side. Slater, Gallagher, and the handoff inside. And this is number 20, Birch.
No, that's
Bosley with a nice run. He just found the hole that time from the 45 of Indiana all the way down to the 21-yard line. I'm sorry, 26-yard line. So a 29-yard run there for Bosley. First time he's found an opening and took advantage. Quickly to the line. They're going to give it to him again. And this time he's going to be caught for a short gain of about 1 yard.
We're going to give him a yard.
Good tackle there by number 55 for Indiana. That's Gavin Millen.
That gives Bosley 8 carries for 45 yards so far.
2nd and 10.
Is there a penalty?
Let's see what the call was.
It's against the Mustangs. I see a signal.
It's probably a hold, so it's going to be a decision time for Indiana. Do they want to take the penalty, or do they want illegal motion, I think?
Illegal motion is a 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty that'll push it back to the 31, but it'll be first down.
First and 15.
First down and 15 at the 31-yard line. Gallagher shouting something in there to Christopher. Getting on the same page. Back goes Christopher. He's going to throw it down the sideline. Has two receivers there, and Gallagher knocked it out of the hands of Brumfield. I'm sorry, Cook. Keandre Cook and Gallagher in the same spot. That was a mix-up there, no doubt. They both should not be in the same area like that. That's going to be second down and 15 now.
Cook is shrugging his shoulders.
Keandre was open. Gallagher was open, but Gallagher knocked it away from Cook.
Well, he shouted something to Christopher. I don't know what they were supposed to do.
Now it's going to inside screen to Cook, and that's going to be almost intercepted. Wow. Through Cook's hands and into the hands of
Nick Hilliard.
Nick Hilliard.
Bounced right before he could get to it.
So now big play, third down and 15.
Bosley bringing the play in.
Again, the penalty causes problems for the Mustangs to maintain momentum. If you're going outside on that pass play, look for something on the interior this time. The post pattern may be open, and the Mustangs are going to take a timeout.
Good call.
Play clock was running down, and the Mustangs had not a clear understanding of what the play was going to be, so Coach Colasar calls timeout. We'll step aside for a timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Turn to the experts. Fayette Furnace Company Incorporated, serving the Tri-County area since 1920. The area's oldest and most reliable heating and cooling contractor, specializing in Carrier equipment. Employee owned and operated, choosing Fayette Furnace Company and Carrier not only gives you over 200 years of experience, but gives you the experts to help you solve your home's comfort needs. Call Fayette Furnace Company and Carrier to solve your home comfort needs today. Call 724-438-5400 or look up Fayette Furnace Company on the web at FayetteFurnaceCompany.com. Turn to the experts, almost 100 years of serving the Tri-County area. For more information, call Mike at 724-438-5400. That's 724-438-5400 for Fayette Furnace Company.
Coming out of the timeout, 5:54 to go here in the second. Laurel Highlands on top, 14-6, but facing a third down and 15 from the 31-yard line of Indiana. We have trip receivers to the right, Rick.
And we got three defenders on the right.
Now up the middle, and there's a big sack. Nobody blocked the inside rush there by number 62, and that's Ty Oliver. And he's going to push it all the way back to the 41-yard line. Loss of 10, make it 43, loss of 12 on the play.
Big third down play for the Indians.
Not sure if Christopher even saw him coming up the middle. Could not avoid him at all. So 4th and 23, and Indiana defense comes up huge.
Well, he's 6'1", 206, so I don't know who missed him, but
nobody blocked him.
Nobody touched him. He was probably just as surprised as Tyler was.
Layton on for the punt. That's a high tail dragger. We're not sure what's going to happen with this one as it hits an Indiana player. I don't think they're allowed to advance it, but it did hit an Indiana player, and that's going to be Mustang ball at about the 15-yard line.
My understanding was that if it hit a player that it could be advanced.
If it's muffed, they can, but if it's touched, I don't think they can, and they've already called it dead. So it's going to be Laurel Highlands Mustang ball at the 16-yard line.
Well, and
that's very unfortunate for the Indiana player. He really didn't have any idea where the ball was,
or he couldn't get out of the way.
There's no way he could have got out of the way. The unfortunate play there for Indiana.
Well, the Mustangs have to avoid the penalties now.
Got to take advantage of these opportunities for sure if you're the Mustangs, though. Christopher in the shotgun with Bosley to his left. Inside handoff to Gallagher, sidesteps. That's going to be a penalty flag thrown in. It's probably going to be a hold on the Mustangs, Rick. Just what you said they had to avoid.
Well, Gallagher wasn't going to reverse that time. They wrapped him up pretty well.
So
that's probably the last two drives they've had probably 3 or 4 penalties.
And that's going to push them back 10 yards.
And that's what stalled their drive last time.
4:48 to go here in the second. And once again, they're behind the sticks. And that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Wow. Must have been a personal foul. A spearing or grabbing the face pass.
Jerry will have that on a replay.
Now first and
now there's
26.
a whistle.
Talk about it, and I believe we're all okay. Colasar's out on the field trying to make sure he knows what's going on. First and 26. Here's going to pass. Now this is Cook. Cook on the move. He has room down the right side, and he's going to go out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. Welcome in WMBS on the short pass to Keandre Cook. Made defenders miss, but on a first and 26 from the 34-yard line. The Mustangs now have a second down and about 24 as they still lead 14-6. The Mustangs were the recipient of a muffed punt by Indiana at the 16-yard line, but on the first play, a personal foul pushed them way back, and now facing a second down and 24. And this is inside handoff now as Bosley will gain about 6 yards, but the score remains Laurel Highlands 14, Indiana 6 with 3:44 to go. Mustangs facing a 3rd and 12 now at the Indiana 12-yard line. I'm sorry, 17-yard line. Back to you, Brian.
3rd and 12.
3rd down and 12. Now, fakes the pass and goes into the end zone. Gallagher can't catch it. Nice play down there. Good defense by number 9, Nick Hilliard. The ball was a little bit underthrown. Gallagher had to wait for it, and Hilliard knocked it away. So we're at 4th down now. And Layton's going to come on for the...
That was very good defense by Hilliard. You're right. The ball was underthrown. Gallagher tried to get up and get it, but
35-yard field goal.
On for the field goal will be Zach Layton. He's going to be kicking from the 25-yard line. This will be a 35-yard attempt out of the Slater hold.
From the right half.
Snap, good kick. Oh, he pulled it way left.
He didn't get his leg into it.
The timing was off on that. Did not get a good contact, and the Mustangs fail to take advantage of the opportunity after the muff punt. So give Indiana credit. They did not allow the Mustangs to score. With 3:09 to go, it's still 14-6. Laurel Highlands on top. So Indiana will bring out the offense once again. Dodging a bullet there.
Well, that's a win for Indiana in so many ways because they started that drive using the yard line.
So Van Leer. Still time to go here. 3:09 in the second. A little bit of a long field challenge at the 20-yard line after the missed field goal. Handoff now. Van Leer kept it, and he got a minimal yardage back to about the 21. They're going to mark it right at the 20, so no gain.
Put it on the 21.
Clock running now inside 3 minutes at 2:53 to go. That was Van Leer for no gain. So Van Leer will now be facing a 2nd down and 10. Handoff inside to the fullback this time on the carry. Try to pick up that number. Who was on that?
42, Justin Rabel.
Number 5 made the tackle.
Rabel picks up 4, brings up 3rd down and 6.
3rd and 6.
This is a quick game, Gary. All these runs up the middle keeps the clock going.
Absolutely.
First time we've experienced that this year.
Taking a lot of time in the huddle. Clock down to 13 seconds on the play clock. Van Leer will bring him up with just 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Barks out the signals. Sends a man in motion. Hands off inside. Now he gets the pitch out late.
That was close.
And making the tackle is Gallagher in the backfield.
They might have lost a yard.
And that was number 28 on the carry.
They lost a yard on that.
Josiah Johnson. They're going to lose yardage on that play. Almost a disaster again for Indiana. Timeout called by Laurel Highlands with 1:39 to go here in the first half. Mustangs on top 14-6. We'll be back with the final minute 39 of the first half right after this on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Getting a Pitt football update, Pitt 3.
Colon cancer is the 2nd leading cause of cancer deaths. Signs include abdominal pain and rectal bleeding. Colon cancer develops from a degenerating benign growth or polyp. Doctors performing colonoscopy are able to remove precancerous polyps, thus preventing colon cancer. This saves lives, and the American Cancer Society now recommends that everyone have a colonoscopy every 10 years, beginning at age 50. Offer the latest diagnostic testing. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Here we go now. Mustangs with a minute 39 to go. Indiana brings out the punt squad.
Gallagher's deep.
Looks like Mustangs are loading up for the block. And now we got a penalty flag, and that's going to be another call against Indiana for illegal motion or a procedure, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. A delay a game, maybe. I didn't get the signal. It might have been an illegal substitution. That's what it was. Illegal substitution.
5-yard penalty against Indiana. Pushes the ball back.
5 yards back makes it 4th down and 12 at the 18. And Mustangs again will load up for the block. They got a bunch of guys up on the line.
3 guys uncovered on the left.
Oh, that's a low snap and falling on it now back there at the 4-yard line. That's all he could do. Number 60, Brock Miller on a low snap. Once again sets the Mustangs up in great field position. Inside the 5.
He just took his eye off the ball, Gary. He was watching the 3 guys on the left side, his right side coming in, and he really never picked up the ball.
Well, it did scoot back to him. I don't think he's a shortstop, but it was on the ground. Okay, handoff to Bosley. Goes sideways again. You got to get up in that hole. He gains maybe 1, takes that side step, and allows the Indiana pursuit to catch up with him. It's going to be 2nd down and 4. 2nd down and goal from the 4.
That sidestep only works for a few players, Gary. And Bosley's got to hit that hole right when it's open.
Christopher comes up now. He's going to go quarterback sneak. And they're going to push ahead. Does he get in? Very close. I think he's down at the 1. Clock inside 1 minute. Quarterback sneak down to the 1. 54 seconds ago. 3rd down and goal. Christopher probably going to do the same thing. He's going to push ahead. Is he in? He is. Signal from the near sideline judge. Touchdown for Tyler Christopher. A 1-yard quarterback sneak. Makes the score now. Laurel Highlands 20, Indiana 6. Extra point to come with 43 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Leighton on for the extra point.
2 touchdowns for Christopher.
One receiving and 1 running, and there's a flag on the play, so Leighton will have to redo this.
Offsides on Indiana.
Will they go for 2 maybe?
Yep.
They're going to bring out the offense and go for 2.
So they'll do this from the 1-yard line.
If we can spot the flag in the first place. But yes, they're going for 2.
Now we're going to try this quarterback sneak again. They're just going to push ahead, and he's in. Wow. Christopher just pushes ahead for the Laurel Highlands 2-point conversion. Makes it now 22-6 Mustangs with 43 seconds to go here in the first half. We'll be right back with a kick here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Creditors calling you day and night? Your debt overwhelms you? Although you may feel that you're in a hopeless situation, Zebley, Mahalev & White can help. We're a full-service local bankruptcy firm that knows what a difficult time this is and what to do to help you get a fresh start. Call Zebley, Mahalev & White today for a free consultation. Your hometown bankruptcy firm. Call us today.
Don't borrow more money until you talk to Zebley, Mahalev & White.
Welcome back. The Mustangs stretching the lead now to 22-6, taking advantage of the botched punt snap that set them up at the 4-yard line, 1st and goal. So on the 3rd and goal play from the 1-yard line, Christopher sneaking it in. And then after the offside, they go for 2, and we're successful. And here's the rolling punt now for the Mustangs. That's on the turf. Oh, that's not necessary. Could be a flag there. The man was down, and the Mustang defender unnecessarily hit him, but no flag called. So 41 seconds ago, the ball at the 32-yard line. So the Mustangs will go into a somewhat of a prevent defense. Indiana with all 3 of their timeouts remaining. See what they'll do here. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Van Leer sends a man in motion, gets the pitch. Going to go right up the middle. And short gain on 1st down.
Good stop there.
Harrington, I believe, on the carry, gain of 2. They're going to call timeout.
Good stop there by Slavic and James Price.
So a timeout called by Indiana. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. 30 seconds to go. We'll keep it right here for the final 30 seconds of the first half. Coach Colasar and his defensive squad imploring the defense to not allow any kind of long gain that would give some life to the Indiana offense here late in the second quarter.
Boy, the yardage is really flipped, Gary. 32 yards in the first half for Tyler Christopher in the air.
Indiana coming out after their timeout. In the backfield now, number 42, Justin Rabel, as the fullback. Double wing, man in motion, fake the pitch. Now they're going to look deep. Has a man down there, but out of bounds, unable to track that down. Intended out there for number 9, Nick Hilliard. Van Leer under pressure, had to get rid of it a little sooner than he would have liked.
I think James Price, he had to get rid of that ball quick because Van Leer went down, and he just chucked that ball and threw it as far as he could.
3rd down and 8.
Van Leer is 0 for 4 tonight. in passing.
Mustangs need to drop back and not allow for the first down. Here's Van Leer trying to get through that line, but he is not going to be able to do that.
That looked like a little bit of a broken play. Timeout, Laurel Highlands.
Slater with the tackle. The Mustangs will take their final timeout with 19 seconds to go. Indiana's going to have to kick, and with that bad snap and a near block on the first punt by Indiana, the Mustangs certainly will try to go for the block here. Mustangs are out of timeouts. So the punt team is back out for Indiana. Back in punt formation is Brock Miller.
Laurel Highlands is out of timeouts.
23, 31.
So Miller looking for a better snap this time. The Mustangs have 9 men up on the line of scrimmage. And there's not enough men out there for Indiana. They're going to have to take a timeout. The right side of the punt team for Indiana was missing about 3 players.
2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, that was 9.
So Indiana will take a timeout. They might be bringing it right back here. They're not going to take any time, so we'll keep it here real quick. And Colasar will head back to the bench. And now they are going to go to the sideline. So with this timeout, we'll take a timeout on the South Union Township Sports Network with 19 seconds to go here in the first half. It's Laurel Highlands 22, Indiana 6. Welcome back after the Indiana timeout. They have their full complement of punt team out there now. Miller looking for a good snap here. A little low, but he did get it, and now gets it away. Low line drive, and that's going to bounce into the hands of the Mustang receiver. He's going to cut around the right side. This is Gallagher. The penalty flag behind the play is going to nullify another great run by Rodney Gallagher. A block in the back all the way back here at the 38-yard line is going to bring that one back.
Yeah, I think that was Aaron Huey that made that.
And really was an unnecessary block because Gallagher was already by that man.
He already juked him and he was gone.
So that's going to push it all the way back, probably 10 more yards from the 48. That's going to put it at the 28-yard line. I'm sorry, from the 38, it's going to put it at the 28-yard line. And with just 6 seconds to go, I would think the Mustangs would be probably satisfied to sit on this lead going into halftime. But
well, that's an awful lot of instructions by Coach Colasar to take a knee.
With just one win, what the heck? Might as well chuck one deep.
You got a 16-point lead.
It's definitely going to be the last play of the core of the half.
I already have my stats done.
Well, you might have to change that. Back goes Christopher. He's under pressure. It's going to be a screen. He's going to throw it out of bounds. That's going to be intentional grounding, I would think. And nobody out here for the Mustangs.
There wasn't anybody on that side of the field to start with.
And no flag, but there it is. There's the flag. So now he's definitely going to take a knee. I'm not sure what that was all about, but Christopher threw it out here in the flat toward us. There's nobody out here.
The line was blocking like it was a screen.
They were.
But somebody missed it.
I think they got their sides mixed up. I think Bosley was supposed to be on this side, and he was on the other side.
Yeah, he drifted left.
So now Christopher definitely is going to take a knee here, I would think. And he does, and that's going to end the first half with the Laurel Highlands Mustangs on top of the Indiana Indians, 22-6. We'll be right back with halftime activities here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
You can sit here if you want. Okay, push the button when you want to talk. All right? That's the most important thing, right? That works. It won't work if you push the button. No.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours, and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
Important for people to know that we represent injured people to the best of our ability, and we've been successful doing that. And I don't say that to have people come to see us because we have been successful. I say that because it's true, and it's important.
Another important aspect is the experience that we have is local experience in the court system in Uniontown, in Washington, in Waynesburg.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
Welcome back. It's halftime here at Andy Kuznetsky Field, the 100th year of football here at Indiana High School. And we're just about to be entertained by the Laurel Highlands High School Band and the Indiana High School Band. But here are your halftime statistics. Scoring for the Mustangs. First, Rodney Gallagher, a 46-yard run. Kick by Layton was good at the 7:51 mark of the first quarter. It was 7-0 Mustangs. But 7 seconds later, Indiana had retaliated with an 86-yard kickoff return by Ryan Putt. Kick was no good, and it remained 7-6 at 7:38 to go in the first. Still in the first quarter, the Mustangs had a 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. A reverse to Robbie Slater ended up being a pass to quarterback Tyler Christopher in the end zone. A 4-yard pass for the touchdown. Kick was good, making it 14-6. Then, after a bad snap on a punt for Indiana deep in their own territory, the Mustangs took over at the Indiana 4-yard line. 3 plays later, Christopher took it in on a 1-yard quarterback sneak. And after a penalty on the ensuing extra point, the Mustangs went for 2, and Christopher got it across again for the 2-point conversion, making it 22-6 at halftime here, Rick. And the offense for the Mustangs have moved the ball, but they haven't taken advantage of all their opportunities, but they do lead 22-6.
Well, this is a different Mustang team than I have to give Coach Colasar credit. He saw something there. This is out of character for the Mustangs that we've seen all year, being run heavy. This is a quick game. The first half was over quick. For the Indiana Indians, Fox Van Leer, well, they had 49 total yards of offense, Gary. Fox Van Leer was 0 for 4 for 0 yards, but he had picked up 13 on the ground. And their leading rusher was the fullback, Rabel, with 18 yards. Of course, there was the kickoff for the touchdown by Putt. 0 in the air, 49 on the ground, total of 49 yards for the Indians. For Laurel Highlands, again, very small passing yards. He only had 5 passes in the first half. Sometimes he has that in the first series. So Tyler Christopher was 3 for 5 for 32 yards. The Mustangs had 154 yards rushing, led by Rodney Gallagher with that 46-yard touchdown run, and 47 yards by Tyler Christopher. And Tyler Christopher also had a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown. So 49-186, Gary, one of the lowest offensive totals all year. But both teams kept the ball mostly between the hash marks.
You're exactly right. And the Mustangs had a couple more opportunities deep in Indiana territory due to a fumble and a turnover on downs that they did not take advantage of. So it could have been a little bit better for the Mustangs, but they'll take it 22-6 going into halftime and look for some improvement as the Mustangs will kick off to start the second half. And we're going to be back with all that activity and second half game breaks for Davis & Davis on WMBS after this on the South Union Township Sports Network.
The key to success in life is teamwork. On and off the field, in the workplace, in the home, in our schools. Teamwork gets it done. The world of competitive sports offers many good things, the most important of which is teamwork. Individual talent may win a few games, but teamwork wins championships. Go team! Go Laurel Highlands Mustangs! This positive message has been brought to you and paid for by Jason Scott.
Turn to the experts. Fayette Furnace Company Incorporated, serving the Tri-County area since 1920, the area's oldest and most reliable heating and cooling contractor, specializing in Carrier equipment. Employee-owned and operated, choosing Fayette Furnace Company and Carrier not only gives you over 200 years of experience, but gives you the experts to help you solve your home's comfort needs. Call Fayette Furnace Company and Carrier to solve your home comfort needs today. Call 724-438-5400 or look up Fayette Furnace Company on the web at FayetteFurnaceCompany.com. Turn to the experts, almost 100 years of serving the Tri-County area. For more information, call Mike at 724-438-5400. That's 724-438-5400 for Fayette Furnace Company.
Welcome back to Indiana High School, home of the Indiana Little Indians, where the Mustangs lead 22-6 here at halftime. We're just about ready for the second half kickoff. The Mustangs will be kicking off to Indiana to start the second half. And Rick, the statistics were highly in the favor of the Mustangs. They didn't take advantage of a couple opportunities, but Indiana has got to be a little bit not less than satisfied, but lucky to be only down 22-6.
Well, the Mustangs shot themselves in the foot with a number of penalties at bad times when they were down deep in the Indian zone, and the Mustangs have to keep doing the good things like pounding the ball and eliminate the bad things, which is the penalties.
And also the kickoff return. The Mustangs giving up that long 86-yard touchdown for Indiana on the first kickoff here in the first quarter. So they have to be cognizant of the return team for Indiana as Zach Layton tees it up. We're ready for second half action as he runs up and kicks it deep this time, and that's going to go back to about the 8-yard line. Taken there out to the 20, to the 25, take it out to the outside. Another good return.
That's putt,
and he's going to be out to about the 38-yard line. Finally taken down there by number 6, Miguel Brumfield for the Mustangs, and a good return out to the 38-yard line.
Probably 25 yards.
Absolutely, and that'll set up Indiana with good field position to start this second half, third quarter.
We'll have to see what changes the Indiana coach made to adjust to the Mustangs shutting them down offensively.
Van Leer now brings them up under center. Double wing formation with the fullback directly behind him. They're going to hand it off to the fullback up the middle, and he's going to push the pile ahead for about 2 yards. That's Justin Rabel for the carry. Getting up off the bottom of that pile is number 61 for the Mustangs, and that is James Price.
And number 5, Popson, was also in on that tackle.
So second down and 8 for Indiana as the fans filter their way back into their seats here at Andy Kuzneski Field.
Homecoming night. It's
senior night.
Senior night, and it's a pink out for breast cancer awareness on the other side in the student section.
Celebrating 100 years of Indiana football.
Wow.
Van Leer. Pitch out to the right. This was effective early for the Indiana Little Indians, but the Mustangs pursue nicely on that one.
Slavic says no way.
And that was number 26, Harrington, on the carry. Gain of 1. It'll be third down and 7. Ball on the 42-yard line. So clock running, as we saw in the first half. Very quick first half with a lot of ground game on both sides, Indiana and the Mustangs.
There was only about 8 or 9 passes thrown in the whole first half, which Tyler Christopher does in a series sometimes.
So Van Leer now with third and 7. Same formation, double wing with a fullback. Sends Harrington in motion. This is now a bootleg, but caught in the backfield and drugged down for a huge loss.
Nice play, Aaron. Aaron Huey.
Huey on the tackle.
On the 30-yard line.
And that will be a huge loss all the way back to the 30-yard line. That's a 13-yard loss on that sack. Trying the bootleg was Van Leer, but good contained there by Huey. Brought him down for the big loss. So Miller, who has had some trouble on these snaps, back to punt for Indiana. Mustangs will bring the house And they'd get it away, but it's a end-over-end kick, and that's going to bounce back to the 45. Gallagher cuts it up, now breaks around. He's going to be brought down now. Good tackle there back at the 35-yard line. But even on a 15-yard upfield, 10-yard back play by Gallagher, it was exciting.
But he makes punt receptions exciting, that's for sure.
That was Hilliard on a tackle for Indiana, so it's at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
You really got to keep your eye on Gallagher because he could break it just when you think 6 people have him in their hands. He's out.
Christopher's going to hand off inside, and now trying to tiptoe his way in there is Bosley, and he'll gain about 2 on that play. 2nd down and 8.
The Mustangs with 186 yards in the first half compared to the Indians, 49 total yards, all on the ground.
We haven't seen Chanel Thomas here this evening either, Rick, along with Daniel Izzy.
No, that's a
couple regulars for the Mustangs that have, I'm not sure if there's injury involved, but this is going to be Christopher up the middle. Wow, big hole. Keeper up the middle. Tackle there by number 42. That's Justin Rabel, but a first down run by Christopher.
8
Give
yards.
him 8 yards on that carry out to the 46-yard line.
Give credit to the offensive line making that hole big enough that he could get back to the secondary.
All those offensive linemen having good games. Joey Conley, James Pierce, Gary Gardner, Anthony Stepich, Tanner Slavic. Now it's going to be Christopher again, and he's going to be hitting the backfield this time. Nowhere to go that time. 3 or 4 Indiana defenders there, led by number 71 for Nelson on the tackle. Matthew Nelson, number 71.
Boy, that play was really slow to develop.
They lost 1.
3 or 4 Indiana linemen. All the linemen were in before the Mustangs offensive line moved.
2nd and 11. Now this is going to be Bosley. He cuts it up, and another short gain of about 3. Riding him down there. I think that was Rabel over there, along with number 26, Harrington.
The Indians' defense has been pretty stout here, Gary.
In this first series, for sure. Now they're offside. That should be a flag, and it is.
A flag.
We got an offside, so that's going to make it a more manageable 3rd down. Instead of 3rd down and 8, it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
Tyler Christopher's doing a good job of pretending that he's getting the snap, and then and that drew number 52 for the Indians. Number 53, it looks like Amari Brown, drew him off sides.
So 3rd and 3 now, Christopher.
Now 3rd and short.
It's going to be Christopher up the middle, and he's going to be hit at about the 47-yard line. No gain on the play.
Tackled by number 55, Gavin Miller, and number 83, Gavin Bernard.
4th down and 4. The Mustangs are going to go for it. Wow. Big risk here for the Mustangs. 4th and 4. They're going to try to draw them off, I think. And now they're going to probably take the 5-yard penalty and punt it. So Christopher just trying to draw him off.
Indiana's not biting.
They're going to take the 5-yard penalty. Now he's going to drop back with 9 seconds to go. Still on the play clock, and now they're going to run a play. This is Gallagher. Might as well give it to him. Give him a chance. He got around the outside. There he goes. Gallagher down to the 25, inside the 25. Wow. That is just unbelievable to see. Dipped in at about the 45-yard line. Looked like he was going to be hemmed in, but just bounced it outside for the first down. Gallagher all the way down to the 25-yard line. Make it the 22-yard line.
26-yard run. Ryan Putt saved that touchdown with the shoestring tackle.
We thought the Mustangs were just going to drop back and punt, but
he's exciting once he gets the ball in his hands.
Might as well give it to him. Now Christopher hands it to Bosley. He's going to go up the middle again for a short gain of about 4 yards. Give him 3. Make it 2nd down and 7 at the 20-yard line.
Ground and pound between the hash marks. That's Bosley's 12th carry for 59 yards.
Christopher looking to the sideline, gets the call. Now Indiana has an extra player out there, but they do get him off the field. Christopher hands it to Bosley, up the middle. Ooh, shoestring tackle there. Saved the big gain. Tackle there by number 83, Gavin Bernard.
Looks like he picked up a couple.
Flag on the play.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. It's probably going to be against the Mustangs, and it is. So once again, the Mustangs deep in the Indiana territory are going to be the victim of their own circumstances. And
all self-inflicted.
That's another 15-yarder, too. What's the call here, Rick? Holy mackerel.
He was in the pile. He kicked it. He was trying to get up and he kicked it.
Unnecessary roughness of some sort. It looked like maybe one of the Mustangs used a foot inappropriately, kicking a defender. Might have been Bosley, a little frustrated after the tackle. 3rd down and deep. Pass over the middle. Slater's open, and he makes a catch at the 12-yard line. So Slater, between the defenders, catches it down. That's Robbie Slater down at the 10-yard line. Mustangs at the 10, just outside the 10, so they will be able to get a first down inside the 1-yard line.
Just when the Mustangs look like they're down, they, like Lazarus, they come back.
4:45 to go now here in the 3rd. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Handoff inside, and let's see who that was. That's number 5 for the Mustangs, Jacob Popson, getting his first carry.
The ball is handed off to fullback Thompson.
And that's
2 yards.
Gallagher coming back on the field now. 2nd down and goal from the 8.5. Look for Gallagher to be involved here somehow. Bosley to the left of Christopher. Christopher back, throws it over the middle, almost picked off. Wow.
Intended for Cook.
Stepping in front was number 83. That was Bernard.
That's a good thing that he didn't catch that, Gary, for the Mustangs, because all he had was green. He had about 85 yards of green in front of him.
So now 3rd down again as the Mustangs deep in Indiana territory facing these 3rd and longs.
Where they were getting 4 and 5 yards on the first carry, now they're getting 1 and 2 yards on the first down.
This is Christopher trying to slip his way through, and he's going to dive inside the 5. Ball's on the turf. Let's see who got it. Mustangs, looks like they fell on it. They did for a Mustang touchdown.
Wow.
Let's
see who that is.
The fumble forward, and it came out of Christopher's hands and went into the end zone, and Mustang fell on it. We didn't pick up who fell on it.
Pick it up.
Not sure who fell on it.
Let's see who it was. It might have been Keandre Cook. I think it was. Number 8, Keandre Cook. We're going to give him credit for the touchdown. So Leighton on for the extra point. Good snap. Slater hold. Kick up and no good. Off to the right. So uncharacteristically, Leighton misses the extra point, but the 6 points added on makes it now Laurel Highlands 28, Indiana 6, and we'll be back with more high school football action here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
We're back for the kick, and we're still not sure who that was. We give it credit to Keandre Cook for falling on that fumble into the end zone by Christopher. But
that was a very dramatic play, but the Mustangs really didn't have to make it that dramatic. They just have to go back and avoid the penalties.
And I'm sure Jerry will have that on the replay, so we'll make sure the credit is given where credit is due. As the line drive kick now taking it to 25, coming all the way across the field and cutting it up again, has open field and out to the 45-yard line. Tackle there by Bosley. That's number 26 for Indiana, Zach Harrington. So the Indiana kicking return team has been their best offense, Rick.
Yeah, well, this is great field position again for them. You know, I don't keep track of the penalties, Gary, but the Mustangs have to be close to 100 yards, and I'm told that 100 yards of penalties equals a touchdown.
No doubt about it, but they still hold on to the 28-6 lead. So Van Leer brings the offense up, sends a man in motion, quick pitch out of reverse, coming back, and the ball's on the turf.
Oh,
and hit on
Price.
That's
right there.
Big hit there by number 61, James Price. They tried the double reverse with Nick Hilliard. The ball went on the turf, and really it was down before Price made the tackle because he was on his knees. But good hit there in any event. Good hustle by Price. Ball goes all the way back to the 35-yard line, loss of 11.
Well, Price was just as surprised that it was a double reverse in the runner. He certainly didn't expect Price to be 5 yards deep in the end zone where he was going to run.
Quickly back up comes Indiana with just 5 seconds to go on the play clock. Can they get it off? They do with 1 second. Back goes Van, and it's going to be picked off.
That's Burchek.
Burchek with the interception. Has Greenfield in front of him, out to the left side. Some blockers. He's going to get it to the 25, down inside the 25. Finally brought down there from behind. So Van Leer went back and kind of floated that one over the middle, but Burchek was there for the interception, and it might have been a late hit on the tackle, but it looks like the Mustangs in any event are going to be set up again deep in Indiana territory at the, let's see where they're going to put it, at the 23-yard line.
The ball was really floated up there. That was a pretty easy catch for Burchek.
And Van Leer kind of floated that, but he was under pressure again.
Oh, he was a lot.
Just kind of got hit as he was letting it go.
He could hear the herd thundering in.
Low snap. Deep pass now. This is Gallagher, and he pulls it in the end zone. Rodney Gallagher, touchdown from 23 yards out. Pitch and catch, Christopher to Gallagher for the Mustang. Touchdown on the first play after the turnover. Adds on, makes it 34-6. Laurel Highlands with 2:36 to go here in the third. Layton on for the kick.
Layton on for the PAT attempt.
Kick up in through this time. It's good. So the Mustangs are on top, 35-6, 2:36 to go here in the third. We'll be back with a kick. Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank and Jerry Dupay on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Southwestern Endoscopy Center is a state-licensed and Medicare-certified facility and emphasizes privacy, comfort, caring, and safety. For colonoscopies and upper GI endoscopies, painless procedures are done with twilight sedation given by a board-certified anesthesiologist. The center accepts most insurance plans and is staffed by Drs. Ruthhart, Calabrese, Stokes, SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Here we go with the kick by the Mustangs, taking advantage of the Burchek interception, taking it back to the 23-yard line. One play later, Christopher to Gallagher, post pattern for the touchdown. Layton with the kick makes it 35-6. And now Layton will tee it up once again for the Mustangs as they will send it deep. taken at the 15-yard line. Up the middle comes the return man, and he's hit it about the 25, but carries tacklers out to the 33-yard line.
It's hit and fights for a couple more yards.
Putt on the return gets it out to the 33-yard line.
Gary,
that was
on
putt.
the.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rick. I just said that was putt on the return.
For the Indians defense, it looks like they're playing zone. They gave up a couple big passes. Obviously, that 22-yard touchdown, but they also gave up a 20-yard pass, which they were playing man-to-man in the first half. And Slater sat down in the zone, and Rodney Gallagher jumped for that one.
Fumble again. Ball on the turf, and the Mustangs will have it again. So Indiana is
looks like
putting
Popson
the ball
got
on the turf. Popson, number 5, on the recovery for the Mustangs, and they'll take over one play after the kickoff at the 24-yard line.
That's exciting for the senior.
First and goal for Laurel Highlands on the 34.
Next week we're at home, Gary. We will be playing
Trinity.
Last year, the Indians came to Laurel Highlands and beat us 42-13, I think. So the Mustangs are flipping this around.
Once again, this is going to be Christopher taking it himself, and they're through the defense, down to the 15, 10, 5, inside the 5. Mustang touchdown, another flag. Wow. What's the flag this time?
I don't know. That flag it might still be up there. He really threw that.
So let's see what happens. Christopher took it in from the 34-yard line. It may be nullified, though. Let's see what the call is this time.
It was a late call. It was after.
No, they're waving it off.
It was a late call. Christopher was already in the end zone.
So another one-play drive, 34 yards this time. Christopher on the run, so he's scoring in every way possible here this evening.
Unless he runs back a kickoff or a punt.
And this kick by Layton possibly could make it 42-6
and put us into alternative timekeeping.
And it is good.
It is now.
So now 42-6, Mustangs on top by 36. 2:16 to go here in the third. We'll have the alternative timing throughout the remainder of the game, and we'll be back with a kick here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Let's take time out.
Creditors calling you day and night? Your debt overwhelms you? Although you may feel that you're in a hopeless situation, Zebley, Mahalev & White can help. We're a full-service local bankruptcy firm that knows what a difficult time this is and what to do to help you get a fresh start. Call Zebley, Mahalev & White today for a free consultation. Your hometown bankruptcy firm. Call us today.
Don't borrow more money until you talk to Zebley, Mahalev & White.
Here we go. Layton with the run-up and the kick. He's going to roll this one, try to eliminate that return, and that gets back to the 20-yard line. Coming up the middle again, but another big return for Indiana. That's Putt. He has been dynamic on these kick returns.
Wow.
And the Mustangs will come back out on defense at the 33-yard line. And the clock will continue to run.
Well, Laurel Highlands has been able to take advantage of the inexperience of the Indians, as we talked about, and they're just wearing them down.
The skilled folks for the Mustangs, Gallagher, Slater, Christopher, have all come to the forefront here this evening, no doubt about that. Bosley's had a big game at running back.
Slavic.
Offense again. Here comes Van Leer.
Van Leer will send a man in motion. The Mustangs blitz, missed a tackle, but back to about the 35-yard line. Gain of 1.
Good tackle there by Jacob Popson.
That's 26 on the carry. That was Harrington. Give him 2.
Harrington has 11 yards on 4 carries tonight so far.
Clock will now tick below 1:20 to go here in the third. Play getting in late for Indiana.
Braden Hodak bringing the play in for Indiana.
Play clock under 10 seconds. Mustangs are going to bring pressure every play now. And there's a pitch out here to the left. nowhere to go, and he's just going to be pushed out of bounds. And that's going to be Gallagher on the tackle, but that's number 28 that time, Josiah Johnson. He's going to pick up about 4, give him out to the 39-yard line, 3rd and 4.
Good pursuit there by Aaron Huey.
The clock continues to run even with the ball out of bounds. So we have 36 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 3rd down and 4 for Indiana.
Maybe the last play of the quarter.
Van Leer hands it. No, he keeps it himself. A nice run there by Fox Van Leer. And he's still on his feet.
First down for Indiana.
He takes it all the way out to the 49-yard line.
He picked about 10 yards after contact.
And that's going to put it at the 49-yard line, 1st and 10 as the third quarter expires. We'll come back with fourth quarter action. The Mustangs on top, 42-6 in control here at Andy Kuzniski Field at the campus of Indiana High School. We'll be right back after these messages on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Davis and Davis, helping the injured.
If you're injured in an accident, after you address the medical problems, you're going to be faced with numerous questions concerning who's going to pay your medical bills, your property damage, the wages that you might be losing if you can't go to work. These are things that you need counsel for.
That your income is protected, that your bills are paid, that your family's taken care of. We've been doing this since 1976. We've helped injured people. We can help you.
Davis and Davis, attorneys at law.
Back and ready for fourth quarter action. Indiana 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Double wing again, and they're going to pitch it out this time to number 28. He's going to cut through the defense of the Mustangs for about 9 yards. That's Josiah Johnson. He takes it down to the Mustang 43-yard line. Gain of, let's give him 7.5, 8. And the Mustangs are going to call a timeout, looks like. It's an injured player for the Mustangs. It's not a timeout. I think that's Popson. He looks like he's in pain, so the Mustang training staff is out on the field trying to attend to the injured Popson, give us another chance to take an injury timeout. We'll step aside here quickly on the South Union Township Sports Network. Laurel Highlands on top, 42-6.
First down.
Clock is wound. We're ready for action. 2nd down and 3. Van Leer under center. Goes back, looking deep. Over the middle has a man open, and he's knocked it away at the last second there by number 6. The Mustangs, Miguel Brownfield, timed that perfect. Man was open deep, and that was number 25. Let's see who that was. 24?
Great play by
27, Braden Hodak.
Great play by Brumfield. That's about his 4th breakup of the game so far, Gary. Hey, Gary.
Beautiful timing.
Little development to watch. I see Daniel Carney, number 18, warming up with the center, Gary Gardner. So we might see a quarterback change here.
Well, a good opportunity to get some experience for some players this late in the season for next year's action. So
Christopher has his helmet off and
3rd down and 3.
Chatting up with his buddies.
This Van Leer, and he has a very shifty move there, and he's cutting through defenders, and looks like he's going to be all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Great run there by Fox Van Leer, the sophomore, spinning through tacklers of the Mustangs. Little sloppy tackling there by the Mustangs, but give credit to Fox Van Leer as he took it inside the 25 to the 24-yard line.
Terrible tackling there. I couldn't see why they couldn't bring him down.
He was spinning and gyrating and making the move.
All 157 pounds of him.
1st and 10. Indiana at the 24-yard line. Clock running with 9:52 to go here in the game. Van Leer's been effective here in the second half. There's a pitch back again. Cutting through the defense there is number 28, Johnson, and he gets a nice gain on first down. Very close to another first down for Indiana.
Looks like he picked up about 8.
Give him 9. 2nd and 1. Mustang defense bending a little bit here in the fourth quarter with a 42-6 lead, but you don't want to gain any. We welcome in the WMBS listeners as Indiana is driving late here in the fourth quarter. Handoff to the fullback, and he fumbles the ball, just drops it, and Laurel Highlands will pick up another turnover. That is the 5th turnover by my count by Indiana, but let's see what the call is.
Sorting it out.
The Mustangs lead 42-6, and it is a fumble.
Ronnie
Romsberg with the recovery at the Mustang 15-yard line. So Indiana shoots themselves in the foot after a good drive, pushing it deep into Mustang territory, trying to score with the alternative clock now in effect. It's running with 8:42 to go. Mustangs on top, 42-6, Brian. So the Mustangs will take over. Indiana with an impressive drive. Nice runs by Van Leer, by Harrington, by Johnson. New quarterback in for the Mustangs. That's number 18, Daniel Carney.
Daniel Carney's at quarterback now for the Mustangs.
Hands off inside. That was Carney on the keeper.
We're going to go 2nd and 8.
Give him 2. Now Mustangs throwing in some younger players. Tro Mickens, the junior, steps in at wide receiver. Slater coming out. Carney now in the shotgun. Going to be handoff on the right side. This time getting an opportunity for a carry is, let's see who that was.
Nelson is in on that tackle.
Number 20, that's Bosley again.
Bosley carried the ball.
So Bosley, the lone starter, still out there for the Mustangs.
Picked up 1 on that play.
3rd and 7.
Indiana's still playing hard to hold Bosley there at 1.
Absolutely. Carney now throws it out here to the side, trying to get around his Gallagher. Here goes the speed. He's going to cut it back inside, and he'll have the first down. Out past the 25-yard line, Gallagher once again put the ball in his hands. He makes something happen.
Was that a pass or was that a lateral?
I couldn't tell if it was back, but I'm going to say it's a pass. So went out of bounds at the 28-yard line. First down for the Mustangs. Carney with Bosley behind him in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right. Carney fakes. Now he's going to take it himself up the middle. Nice run here.
Pushed along there by Anthony Steppich.
Daniel Carney will pick up a nice 6 yards. Give him 5 on that carry, maybe 6. And that just keeps the clock moving in the favor of the Mustangs. We are under 6 minutes to go here in the fourth. Coming to the near side, Tro Mickens, number 24, along with Keandre Cook, number 8. Carney getting the call from his coaching staff.
Good experience for Carney, a sophomore.
This is Bosley trying to weave his way through, and he will out to the 40-yard line, and that's going to be another first down for the Mustangs. Tackle there by number 25. We don't have a 25 on our roster. Who's 25 there, sir?
Blake Hodak. 25 is Blair Hodak.
Blair Hodak, okay. We're getting helps from our Blake in the press box here.
Blake, I'm sorry.
Carney fakes it, takes it himself. Now it dips out to the left side, and he has some speed. So Carney shows some athletic ability getting it into Indiana territory at the 46-yard line.
13-yard carry.
Looked like
Gary, he didn't look tentative at all.
Putt, I think, on the tackle.
He just tucked it. Coach Colasar and the offensive staff must have a lot of confidence in him carrying that ball.
Absolutely. He showed some quickness.
James Price comes out of the game.
4:30 to go now here. The fans are chanting Rudy for Carney. And this is Bosley with a big loss all the way back to the 49-yard line. So that's a 5-yard loss on that carry. Good hustle and good pursuit there by the Indiana defense.
They're yelling Louie. I'm not sure who Louie's for.
There comes Carney. Inside screen. This is Bosley. He's going to be hit at about the 43-yard line, complete for about an 8-yard gain. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
Pickup of 7 on that.
Hodak on the tackle for Indiana. 3rd down and 7. Clock clicking down close to 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go. The Mustangs have held the ball for approximately 5.5 minutes in this drive.
And props to Laurel Highlands for no penalties.
Carney. This is Bosley trying to get it around right side, and there's going to be all kind of flags on this one.
Laundry everywhere.
That's a holding call against the Mustangs, no doubt.
Holding against the Mustangs.
I think they might, if they were naming numbers, they would probably name about 4 numbers on that one. Holding by the Mustangs. That's going to push it back 10, but I'm not sure the Mustangs. You would think Indiana would decline that.
Yeah, 3rd and long.
But now it's going to be 3rd and way long.
On that play, on that handoff, Carney didn't look very sure that he handed the ball off cleanly. Bosley had it, but Carney sort of double clutched.
This is Mickens now. He's going to cut it up. He has some green space. He spins through some tacklers all the way down inside the 45-yard line to the 41-yard line. So Mickens gets his first carry, and he picks up about 15. 4th and about 6. Mustangs will go for it as the clock continues to run. We're now inside 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Mustangs in command, 42-6, trying to pick up their 2nd win in conference action here in the 2019 campaign. They just let this clock run now. They got 23 seconds on the play clock. Just let it run all the way down. No need to even run a play.
Leland Lehue on
We're just going to let that run all the way down to the 3 or 4 or 5 seconds in the play clock. Here's Carney. He's going to take it himself up the right side, and he has a first down. Wow. Carney running over the defensive back out there for
11-yard pickup.
Indiana on the tackle there, number 9, Nick Hilliard. But Carney, wow. As you said, Daniel Carney, a sophomore, 5'5",
$145
in heels.
No, you know what? You can't say that when he runs like that. And Carney takes it. That's Christopher took a knee.
Somebody's down. So what do we got? They're going to...
No, Tyler Christopher took a knee.
Oh, okay. Christopher's in. Okay. He's just going to take another knee to end this game.
Yeah, they don't even have to do that again.
So that'll do it. 28 seconds. They'll run it off. And the Mustangs will come to Indiana and pick up their second victory of the season. Impressive at that. 42-6. The Mustangs with the victory. And we'll be back to tell you all about it here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank and Jerry Dupay.
10 o'clock tomorrow morning at Laurel Highlands, Oliver Field. Also next week, Oliver Field. Also next week, the final game.
Welcome back to Indiana High School, home of the Little Indians, where the Mustangs have defeated the Little Indians 42-6. Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank here on the South Union Township Sports Network and WMBS wrapping things up. At halftime, it was 22-6, the Mustangs on top, and the Mustangs did all of the scoring in the second half with a lot of help from Indiana. A little sloppy play and turnovers for Indiana resulted in a lot of short fields for the Mustangs. Mustangs scored at 3:53 of the third. On a 3rd and 9, Christopher ran it to the 2-yard line, but fumbled it in the end zone. And we had Keandre Cook falling on that, but we're going to have to rely on Jerry Dupay's camera to tell us exactly who fell on that fumble. The kick was no good, and it made it 28-6 at that time. Then on the next possession, the first play, an interception by Burchak. Christian Burchak intercepted the ball and took it all the way back to the 23-yard line of Indiana. And then on the first play again, it was Christopher DeGallagher on the skinny post down the middle for the 23-yard pass and catch for the touchdown. Kick by Layton was good. It was 35-6 with 2:36 to go in the third. The final score by the Mustangs came after a fumble recovery by Popson deep again in Indiana territory. One play later, it was Tyler Christopher taking it 34 yards to the pylon on the left side for the touchdown. Kick was good, making it 42-6. We were into the alternative timing, and that's how it ended with the Mustangs controlling the ball throughout the remainder of the fourth period. Rick, the statistics had to be all Laurel Highlands in the end of the game as well as most of the second half.
Yeah, Laurel Highlands cleared 300 yards total offense to the Indians' total of 80 yards of offense. For the Indians, Van Leer was 0 for 5 for 0 yards. He had 30 yards on the ground, as did Johnson, and that's the Indians. For the Mustangs, they had 326 yards, 74 yards in the air. No, I stand corrected, 91, because the backup Carney had 17 yards, so 91 yards passing. The leading rusher for the Mustangs was Tyler Christopher with 88 yards. Bosley had 63, and Gallagher had 48. I'm sorry, that's not correct either. He had 80. So for the Mustangs, they had a total of 356 yards of offense, 282 yards on the ground. The total flip from the characteristics that Coach Colasar has had all year. Although, as I said in the halftime when we came back in the second half, they eliminated the penalties at the end in the fourth quarter, but they still had a few of them in the third quarter. They really have to clean that up going into the Trinity game next week. That's for sure, and a great game plan by Coach Colasar, really handling the very inexperienced younger Indiana team, and they're certainly going to have some great players coming up for Indiana. Fox Van Leer showed his ability to dive through the defense for the Mustangs on several nice runs for the sophomore quarterback for Indiana. So that's going to do it from Andy Kuzneski Field here on the campus at Indiana, with the Mustangs winning 42-6. We'll send it back to the studio for continued action
and postgame activities on WMBS. Tonight's game was brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring the Township Supervisors, Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, everyone at CUTV, Gary Smith in charge. This has been Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank and Jerry Dupay. It's our pleasure to bring you another South Union Township Sports Network presentation. Good night, everyone.